2020 radio is back after a little bit of a hiatus, and a lot of things have happened in the last month. And today we are here to talk about survival. and part of that is due to Jeremy saw me this morning. He's like, "Okay, wow, like what's going on? How are you?" And if you're watching this on video, it looks like haven't slept for a little while.
You got a little line down the side.
Maybe finally got sleep last night, and I've got a little line down the side of my face, but we're making do. So we're going to talk about survival.
Yeah. And survival from, because you just had little baby Ford.
Just had baby Ford less than a week ago. I think we're on day 6.
Day 6.
Day 6.
No,
wow.
on Monday. Did you have a Sunday or Monday?
Had him Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ford Thomas, he was born Sunday morning at 10:42, and we went into the hospital on Saturday evening. So it was like 4 nights in a row of hospital living, which as people, anybody who's done that,
it's fantastic.
It's not the place. It's not the Ritz. It's not where you want to spend a whole bunch of time, but we needed to. So ended up being all good. So basically, you were asking me about survival. Like, do I just throw it out the window and say, screw it?
Yeah, like, all right, I'll just start eating whatever I want, whatever just happens.
We're supposed to be talking about my blood glucose monitor and how I've been wearing that for the last month and what I've been learning. And I told Jeremy I took it off before going into the hospital because I didn't want to think about it or stress about it. And I took my Whoop off as well because I didn't want to see. Actually, the first night, I got an hour and 12 minutes of sleep.
Ooh, nice.
So I was like, okay, no more.
Let's take it off.
And I thought I did pretty well because I fell asleep in triage, like over like 3 chairs while we were just sitting waiting, and then I fell asleep on the couch in the chair. So, but anyway, about survival. So those 4 days, a couple things that one thing that I try to control heavily is my hydration. So I was pounding water like crazy just to kind of.
Did you do salt sticks too, or did you just salt sticks and water?
Noons and salt sticks. I ran out of those actually on day 2, and I didn't resupply, and I just kept ripping through water like crazy.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I do survival wise that you can ultimately control when you can't control your sleep. The other thing that I did a lot of was to keep my body moving is I'd hold squats.
Oh, really?
I'd be doing something or like having a conversation with Britt or whatever, and I would just get into a squat position. Just to keep moving. Because I'm not going to work out. And that was the thing, after like day 2, I'm like, hey, I'm going to like sneak in a workout, and I get a look. I'm going to sneak in like killing you.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Oh, yeah. I know that look.
So then I was like, all right, no workout. So then I'd go out and get her water in the hallway and like knock out 10 push-ups. Like I did not work out for 4 days, but I was just trying to do some things to move
and maintain.
So when I come out of it, it's not as bad. So I was doing the squat holds, and then my biggest trick for anybody who's going to the hospital or going to be visiting somebody in the hospital who happens to have a shower there, I did 100 air squats in the shower.
Oh, really?
So I turned on, did a cold shower, did 100 air squats, and that doesn't register as a workout anywhere. Nobody knows about it. It's kind of like a secret little trick that I was able to kind of get in. So,
that's hilarious.
I think the key was just having, managing expectations, trying to do something every day, knowing that you're not going to like get crazy fit.
No. Well, and actually, so before this though, how many days in a row had you worked out? It's like 60 something?
Just every day.
Every day, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So actually, theoretically, that little 4 or 5 days off would have been actually kind of good for you to kind of not actually do anything and just move around.
Yeah, it might feel good once I come back. So I've done a couple workouts since. I don't think I worked out yesterday actually. Yeah, I did.
You moved around a little bit. You came in and kind of jumped around a little bit.
I did like 30 windmills on each side. Boom. So I count that as a workout. I asked class, this is a walk.
You signed in.
Yeah, that counted. So I think it's all about how you come back. And I think the same thing, Britt and I always talk about is, while she's pregnant, she's not trying to be fit. She's not trying to stay fit. She's just trying to keep moving. And she was in here like the day that she went into labor, coming in to move around. Yeah. And, because the important part is the recovery. So on a very, very small scale, my recovery now, after 4 days of I didn't really eat that healthy. I actually ate kind of poorly, but what I try to do is space my meals out as much as possible.
Yeah.
So, and I think the way that it's like we were having like pastries and stuff like for breakfast. Yeah. So
Oh, really?
Hopefully you're sitting down.
I was gonna say, do you sure that want that recorded? We might have to cut that out.
So we're having like pastries and stuff for breakfast, and then we'd have, probably, like our at dinner might be Chipotle, but I'd eat a ton of chips or whatever. And what I was trying to do is have that dinner as early as possible.
Yeah.
So we were having dinner at like, I think 6 was the latest time that we ate. So I was still getting a pretty good window of a gap between my last meal and bedtime, and then eating kind of whatever. So in the morning. So I think the way that you can kind of manage there is eliminating snacking during off meal times.
Yeah.
So once dinner was over, it was like we're done for the night.
Yeah, and it sounds like before you even, and so this is kind of like with getting ready to have a baby, kind of roughly when it's going to come, so it's not like going to catch you off guard like that much.
Yeah, hopefully like within a week.
Yeah, within a week at least, that'd be nice. But it sounds like you had a lot of non-negotiables, right? So there's some, and you can kind of, all right, every day you do this certain routine. You always work out. You always do X, Y, and Z. Now you have this list of non-negotiables that no matter what, you're always drinking water and staying hydrated.
Sure.
Right. Now the eating clean went out the window just a little bit, and working out went out the window a little bit.
One meal a day. So I was eating 2 meals a day.
Yeah.
And one of those meals was not clean.
Yeah. So, yeah, one of those was not clean, but your non-negotiable there was your time window that you're doing it.
Right.
Right. So, as you can kind of strategically, inlay like, okay, I normally do all this in my daily routine. I'm now going to make sure no matter what, if I do these that are actually able to do, drink water and eat within certain windows and stuff like that. Cold shower, you mentioned it, but I don't think you gave it as much as it deserved.
Yeah, but that's been a huge. So that's, you could take this template or whatever we're making up right now to vacation.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
To any sort of instance where you're outside of your comfort zone, which for me, being in a hospital, it's very much. The cold shower was just a part of the nightly routine.
Yeah,
and that was a way for me. I think what do we have? It's kind of a blur. I remember Chipotle. I'm trying to think what we had the other nights. I don't.
More pastries.
I had a whole bunch of sweet potato fries one night and a burger. Anyway, we had. So you'd have dinner at 6:00. And as you know, or like, we've tested, a cold shower is a great way to regulate your blood sugar.
Yeah.
So if I knew I was only going to get, sleep like an hour and a half at a time or whatever, I want to make sure that I'm getting as much bang for my buck. So I would just take that cold shower each night as a way to, I almost treated that as my daily workout.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So I just set my timer, do 5 minutes, and that would, and one of the times I did the air squats, the other time I just kind of held the squats, and like mostly, if you take a cold shower, if it hits you in your chest, you're like, ah, and then you try to turn and it hits you in your back and you're like, ah, and so I was just doing these little squats, standing up, going, ah, shoot, down, and then from back to front.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great tool for me, and the point is to regulate blood sugar.
Yeah,
I just use that to maybe work the circulatory system a little bit, maybe give me that little fresh boost. I probably need that right now of like feeling refreshed.
Well, you got to wake you up after your little naps in between everywhere.
Yeah. So
start with a cold shower.
So that's something you can also do anywhere.
Yeah. Well, I like what you said right before that is like vacation time. Generally speaking, when a vacation's coming up.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, everyone says, "Oh no, I'm going to do pretty good on this vacation." Why don't we all just be real with ourselves and say, "Let's some non-negotiables." Yeah. I'm going to drink a ton of water.
Sure.
I'm going to maybe take a cold shower every once in a while.
Right.
And then do a couple squats in the morning when you wake up. Right? Literally, yeah. Do a couple squats in the morning when you wake up, and then enjoy the rest of the period.
Right.
And then when you get back, hit it hard and hit your routine.
If you have an opportunity and it suits the family, right, and you're not getting anybody's way, and a workout ends up happening, let it happen.
Good for you. Yeah, that's just an extra.
But I think for me, I came out of there. I feel like I'm sounding like I was in prison or something. I came out of the hospital feeling mobile. Mm-hmm. Like definitely feeling tired, definitely feeling sluggish, but my knees didn't hurt, my back didn't hurt, like everything kind of systems all feel like they're a go. So
yeah. Now, how do you what's your plan for getting back into your routine now, or trying to?
It just goes. Well, I'm trying to take off. Took off the week, and then basically I coach on Saturday morning, and it's go time.
Just go time.
Then it's just back to it.
Back to normal.
Back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 4 days is not long enough where things fall apart and where you forget how to move and whatnot. So I'm just coming right back to it.
Going back into it.
Pretending like I wasn't here.
Yeah. Now, so I'm assuming some of your routine is going to be changed up. There's got to be at least something in your routine that's going to be changed up with a new little person in there. Mm-hmm. Have you thought of your non-negotiables that won't change no matter what?
Well, my morning routine doesn't change.
Morning routine won't change.
No.
Did that change at all when you're in the hospital?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My morning routine. Yeah. I was just
Didn't exist.
Well, it was just drinking a bunch of water.
Yeah.
I have my fiber and whatnot because I wanted to keep systems moving around in my probiotic, and that's like my morning bit that happens, that has to happen, and then from there it's just kind of just let it ride.
Yeah.
As long as you're staying hydrated and your gut keeps functioning, then you're good to go. So maybe we'll report back next week.
Yeah.
On how my routine changes. I haven't given that much thought yet, but that's like quick summary on how to survive. Maybe not thrive, and I think that's the point. Mm-hmm. How to survive when you're in an environment where you're not in control. So I wasn't able to. Well, a couple things sleep wise, I guess I was able to control is I wear a mask. Mm-hmm. Because the nurses are coming in every couple hours to check, and sometimes I need to be woken up, sometimes not, and then I also still do the tape. Tape over the mouth to get whatever.
Did any of the nurses come in and be like, "What's wrong with him?"
I always try to pull it off before they walked in because they thought who knows what they thought. So, but yeah, other than that, just try to control what you can control.
Yep.
And then be in as good a position as possible when you get back to take on the world. So.
Yeah. Be realistic with your non-negotiables and stick to them.
Yeah. Well, we missed you guys. It's been a month. It's good to be back at it, and we'll see you guys next week.